Alright, well, let's take my whole army of dudes and just charge forth. So, I have actually done this before. I should probably actually do a test recording as soon as I'm done with this, fight here. Anyway, so I actually went through the first about 2 hours of this game. First half hour, the first episode that made it onto YouTube looked great, and the second episode, well, it sounded like I had the worst stutter ever. Comboed with horrible, high-pitched whines and glitch sounds. It was great. I'm very happy about this. It's okay. Just mild crankle business. So if I seem like I'm just kind of blitzing forth, it's because I am. And, well, oh well. I mean, it'll be okay. These fights are really easy. This is the prologue. We kind of play as these characters, and we kind of don't. I'm actually not even sure what happens if they die here. I assume we'd run into trouble. But yeah, like, all of the loot, all of the stuff that we've gotten doesn't mean anything. EXP matters, though. That's an interesting kind of thing. This little EXP bar actually carries over from,
That's all of them. Now where's that traitor?
Good question.
I'd wager they're inside the fortress. With a bit of luck, they haven't heard the fighting.
Irrelevant. Let's find them.
Okay, yes. So there's things here. That's a broken down bridge. I want to say there's a treasure chest somewhere around here, but I could be wrong. But yeah, so the AXP bar carries over from mission to mission. Same thing with your gear, loot, equipment, all those goodies. Actually, no. I take it back. Equipment doesn't. Money might. But all of the stuff that I looted here, did not make it over into my future save file. I could technically be wrong. On that, I didn't get that far into the prologue, so there's a very real possibility that, you know, it did actually make its way over. I just haven't gotten to that point. Oh, well, those arsonists are dead. Or not. I don't know. But suffice to say, I'm not particularly, not motivated. I'm not too concerned about things. But we want as much EXP as I possibly can get. I don't know if I can grind for EXP now that I'm thinking about it.
That must be it. Good. We'll go in alone.
Sir?
If we march in with an army, we might as well tell them we're coming. If we sneak in instead, we might still have the element of surprise.
Won't we be outnumbered?
I doubt it. We should have disabled most of his men by now.
Correct. Let's move.
Okay, there we go. Had to heal up. Let's see. Confirm. It's not like we need any of these things here.
Duke of House Bastel, was always said to be an eccentric, an artifact collector with an interest in shaper culture. He was patron of many excavations in Iskander, the last one performed right below his own castle. With his lands left deserted, the caverns below the fortress are as enigmatic as they are dangerous. Isamo Tahar could not have picked a better hiding spot.
Okay. Yeah, so we're on the hunt for EXP, nothing else. Loot means nothing to me, so I'm probably not going to even search any of the bags. Well, maybe I will, just in case. But yeah, I actually really like this game. I mean, going a little bit further in the tutorial, I don't know, the prologue was fun. And I'm, like, supremely disappointed that, you know, I lost all that, but, like, whatever. I had rolled a death mage type character. See, there's multiple types of magic that you can get. There's healing, there's black magic, so there's white magic, black magic, and elemental magic. Plus archery and 2 different types of, physical.
More of them.
Blazes. Did you hear that?
Must be the troubles you mentioned, Carpal.
Whatever it is, into our hands. They won't hear us coming.
Yeah, they interrupt themselves in dialogue, which is something I don't like. I wish they had paced out the dialogue a little bit more. Oh well, it doesn't matter that much. But yeah, so I tried rolling like a purist mage type character. I'm not sure if I want to do that. I might do it again. I might not, but I had gone death magic specifically. Because death magic has a, at the time, it seemed like it was an interesting, like, summon dead ability. Unfortunately, only summon a couple of these specific zombies. And they don't, it's supposed to last for 6,000 seconds. lasted for about 10. I don't know exactly what was wrong about that, but it's kind of like, well, I regret this, but I'm locked in because I made my character. Well, I guess here's the silver lining. I get to remake my character. I have no idea what I want to do. I still like the idea of being a wizard, but maybe I just won't go with that. Something a little bit more direct damage might be a good idea. Otherwise, like a healer would be good, because I really like the idea of being a healer, just in any situation. Yeah, maybe I'll just focus on being like a really hefty willpower person. Maybe I wonder if there's like a battlecaster build that I could roll with. I don't know. I will be musing about this as we continue on. I really like these set pieces. They look nice. They look real nice. I mean, it fits with most modern CRPGs, which is the topic I talked about in the first rendition of this. Oh, that is a weird feeling. Let's see, but I'm really happy that CRPGs and just isometric RPGs in general have seen a bit of a resurgence of late, and admittedly this is kind of slightly different.
What by Tiara is this place? What are these stone heads?
That's a good question. Maybe there's a reason why Tahar picked this place for his rebellion.
You know, this doesn't quite count as a CRPG, but I like it all the same. Okay, the excavated slabs are made from a peculiar type of stone, like freshly polished alabaster. It's smooth to the touch and free of moss and earth. But, you know, I really dig this kind of style of game because I grew up with it. And so it's been nice to see, you know, Obsidian, Larian Studios, and I guess this, even though technically these guys never stopped. I did not get those items the last time, not that it really matters. I mean, it'd be great if all these items carried over. I would be loaded from the get-go. Heavy plate armor? Yeah. Actually, can I give that to Anselm? And I'll give him the salad. Have anything else? Armor, Amulet of Vitality. And we're probably good. There's more things I could do. Talisman of Cryomancy. Gotcha. None of it matters, though. I mean, maybe it carries over. We'll see.
The voices are getting louder. They must be further down the caves.
Okay. You know what? I guess we'll go fight these guys.
What was that? Blazes. Open the portal now and kill the rest!
Surprisingly, or unsurprisingly, there's no actual time limit to this mission. Obviously, that would, you know, suitably raise the stakes. Nope. Okay, I'm trying to think of what else I had said, if any of it was important. Trying to dredge up things from my memories. Well, maybe not the most reliable. It's, it's 3:30 in the morning. Usually at the end of the night, I sit down and I render my videos for the night. You know, get everything set up so I can just put them up tomorrow. No big deal. The worst is when I find out that something went wrong, or a whole session went wrong. Oh, what's the most I've ever lost? I think I've lost like 4 or 5 hours of footage in the past. And it was just the most demoralizing thing ever. I don't think that Let's Play ever continued past that point. No, it did. It was, I'd gone on vacation, came back, and I was recording Sleeping Dogs. I didn't notice it, but I had a hard drive on my table that was vibrating just ever so slightly. And, it was, the vibration was enough to get into the meat of the microphone. And, so you couldn't even hear me over the constant, like, bzzz. I just had to throw it away and then start over. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. I could do, like, mission select and stuff, which is nice about this game because I can save, and I did save repeatedly, so I could go exactly back to the point where I lost the footage. And it feels good to be able to do that in games. I hate games that are just like, saves only at checkpoints. It's like, no, but I want iterative saves so I can go back and, like, undo and redo things if something went wrong. Because everything always goes wrong. I mean, it's Murphy's Law. I've, like... It's not even a YouTube, like, series-y thing. Back when I was a kid, I was playing a game, and admittedly, now I know it was a buggy piece of garbage, game-wise, but, you know, I heard about this game, and I was playing it, it was great. But it crashed in the middle of a vital cutscene. You know, effectively, the big twist. So I loaded the game back up, and guess where it took place afterwards? Or, you know, guess where it was? Immediately after the cutscene. So it's just like, oh, well, now what do? The answer is, you weep, and you watch it on YouTube, but this is prior to YouTube even, so I was just like, no, I just wanted to know. And I think that actually, like, ruined the game permanently for me. I was just like, I don't want to play this anymore. I'll have to go back and look at what game it was. I think it was, like, PS2 or GameCube. Luckily, it doesn't. None of it matters. It's just games that will fade to obscurity as newer and better games come out. I mean, like, holy crap! Look at this game. Somebody had mentioned in the first episode it was a shame I'd never played the previous ones. I agree, but at this point,
What the heck is that?
Doesn't matter. Just kill it.
at this point, I can't actually imagine going back to the previous ones. Like, there are some games where you can go to the previous one, and it's like, oh yeah, this is actually, like, a fine... Can you even make this thing bleed? You can. That's confusing. But, you know, there are some games where you can go to the previous one, and it's fine. Like, going from Torchlight 2 to Torchlight 1, it's a superior product. Torchlight 2 is the superior product, but Torchlight 1 still felt nice and satisfying. This thing is kind of bad at aiming.
Inside, now! What the? Stop him!
Gwen! This is just the beginning.
No! Anselm. Anselm!
Sir?
Get a healer in here to take care of your sister.
She's dead, sir.
And get a mage. Maybe he can track where that portal led. Wait,
General,
what?
I think this one is still alive.
Wonderful. A treacherous traitor. Remove that sack. I believe explanations are in order.
8 years have passed. After you attempted to betray your father, Isamo Tahar, he tried to set an example by executing you and the other conspirators in front of his followers. General Noria saved you and took you under his wing. Despite the Mage Wars being over, disquieting developments are taking place. Backed by the common folk, a cult called the Purity of Light has risen to power and is orchestrating a witch hunt of mages.
Okay, so now I get to make my own character. So what do we even have here? So we have brutality, which is like auto attack damage, cleave, weapon damage and interrupt spell casting, whirlwind attack, 200 weapons, bloodthirst, death blow, raise. Okay, discipline. Defensive abilities revolve around improving your survivability and tanking while stunning and impairing your enemies. So sword and board, block chance with shields, shield bash, damage and stun. So these are these scale with constitution, scaling attribute weapon, taunt, war cry, call to arms, apply armored to yourself, increase resistances, holy shield, absorb targets protected by an absorption shield, and your health potions are twice as effective when you use them. Okay, what about archery? I have, like, first aid. Scales a lot off of int, which is kind of interesting. Not particularly amazing. I'd mentioned death magic. It's Call of the Forsaken. Effect duration, 6,000 seconds. That's 100 minutes, yeah? Yeah. Like, that's a lot. and it's not, actually, for whatever reason. I don't really know why. I was really hoping it would more or less just give me a permanent set of zombies that would follow me around, but it doesn't work that way. So I'm actually kind of iffy on the idea of darkness, where it feels like elementalism might actually be kind of interesting. You know, obviously, Blizzard seems kind of cool. Fire Spark, Frost Shell, Elemental Infusion. Okay, so it just empowers the next spell. Cryomancy, Earthquake. Yeah, so it feels like elemental magic is pretty good, and white magic we've kind of already seen in the first episode. It's just a bunch of healing. So I'm gonna try something goofy. I'm gonna go healing, discipline, and elementalism. It's probably a bad idea, but like a couple of these actually scale based on willpower or constitution. So like scaling attribute, willpower. I might actually be able to be like a weird mage tank thing. Let's see. So let's drop my intelligence. Let's drop my dexterity. So these affect my stats, block chance, crit chance, stuff like that. I might actually need strength now that I'm thinking about it, but whatever. So I'm going to leave my constitution at 6, put my willpower at 7. We are just going to be an ice mage tank thing. And maybe I'll respec when I find out this is a terrible idea. And now we get to be who we want to be. As we always are, dude. So let's go with this face. This body, gotta be a burly dude. Gotta go with the face. I think it's face number 3. Yeah, I like face number 3. All the other ones look kind of Cro-Magnon-y. We're gonna be bald. Facial hair. Nice beard. Hair color. Kind of dark. We want to be a dude with, like, somewhat of a tan. There we go. Actually, do we have, like, any other bronzy colors? Not really. 10 ain't bad. Yeah, I like 10. Let's go 10.
Nortander, the cradle of human civilization. We know war. It has been at our side for millennia, coming and going with the indifference of the tides. Our most recent sprouted from rebellion. For reasons unknown, a mage by the name of Isamo Tahar gathered the noble houses behind him in an attempt to overthrow the crown. His magic brought mayhem. Arcane fires burnt towns to ashes. Abominations ravaged the battlefields. Men and women were torn apart with the snap of a finger. Only a sacrifice by our queen achieved what none had thought possible. An end to the slaughter. The Mage War was over. The crown had won, and a ban on magic was enacted. Now the people once more believe that their suffering has come to an end. They hope. They dream. But the tides don't change.
The barracks. Memories float through their halls like fireflies in a misty swamp. While some of them are pleasant, most of them are not. Save for your friend Bertrand, your comrades shunned you, and your promotion into the ranks of the Wolf Guard did not make things any better. Can you blame them? After all, you are the child of Isamo Tahar, the man they have spent the past 8 years fighting.
Hey, Tahar, wake up! What in blazes is wrong with you?
I'm a bronze god. Seriously, we are very shiny.
Where am I?
Are you serious? What does it look like?
Tiara's gardens.
Yeah, save for the grapes and the virgins. That is, unless you've hidden any under that bed of yours. You were screaming as if Nor himself was at your throat. Not the best way to make an impression on the new recruits, don't you think? It was that dream again, wasn't it? The nightmare.
Yes.
Look, I know I've said this before, but you did the right thing back then. Your father, he was a madman. Defying him was the only sane thing to do.
It wasn't the dream about the cave. It was the one I've been having since I was a child.
Ah, that one. Well, what can I say? You're one tormented soul, my friend. But probably that's why we get along so well.
Yeah, probably.
But still, sometimes I can't help but feel that you still feel guilty about betraying Asamo. Just don't, all right? You did the right thing.
Not everyone in the Royal Army seems to agree on that.
Well, then they are fools. All they want is a scapegoat, and you, as Asamo Tahar's child, are the best one they got their hands on. Honestly, you shouldn't need me to remind you about that.
I know, Bertrand. Thank you.
That's what I'm here for, isn't it? For what it's worth, at least, the new laws will prevent something like that from ever happening again. Magic is dangerous, and your father and his rebellion were all the proof for that. We can't just allow mages to run around using their powers as they please. There just need to be limits, rules. And the new laws are just that. A rule set plain and simple. Those mages the Purity branded, they chose their own fate. They were criminals and murderers.
Were they?
You're talking about that woman. Yes, they made a mistake, but come on. All the evidence suggested that she killed that merchant. It's tragic, and it must never happen again. But I can't really blame the judges. And also, the law was never perfect to begin with, but it's better than having no law at all.
I'm a mage, too. What if one day they decide that I'm also a defiler?
Come on, don't be ridiculous. You're a battle mage of the Royal Army, of the Wolf Guard, for heck's sake. And you're not the only one. You use your powers for the greater good, unlike the ones who are being sentenced.
Corporal Tahar, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb.
What is it?
Lord Marshal Angar and General Noria have requested your presence. You and Corporal Carpel are to report to them in the Hall of War as soon as possible.
What's it about?
I'm not in a position to tell.
All right, then. Shall we go together, Tahar? I've been meaning to stretch my legs anyway.
Sure. Thank you, boy. You can leave.
Of course. Corporal Tahar? Corporal Carpel?
You should put some clothes on first.
Oh, really? Thanks for reminding me.
Okay, so we have stuff, which... Oh, right, I have to actually select the character to even be able to stuff. Cool. So now we're going to wander around and rob as many bedrooms as we possibly can, because nobody seems to care if I take anything from anybody else. I am Dude Tahar, and I...
That's a beautiful nightshirt you've got there, but I doubt it's fitting for the occasion. Put on some armor, will you?
Yeah, put in some armor. Okay, Jesus. I need 7 con to be able to wear this. I guess I should have put that on then, because the heavy Wolfguard armor is actually like a fairly major difference. Well, I guess I'll just wear this for the time being. Let's see. Can I not even... I can't. Huh. Well, I am going to be a solid contender. I can already
Ready?
tell. I think I'm going to go.
Then let's go.
Respec or something. Oh, I guess it's fine. I get rid of the will, I go int and con. It'll be fine. And otherwise I just nix the con, but still. Okay, so we're gonna wander around the halls for a little bit, and the town. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of places to go. Can I select them both? Okay, you guys are gonna be group 1. So we have a couple of things to loot. We've got this over here. We have got something on the other side too. Yeah, there we are. So I've already looted these, and I've already read the notes. So I'm just going to give you the cliff notes. So I just picked up a book that describes the origins of the purity of light, which is effectively, they had a prophet who was like teaching peace and forgiveness and all sorts of, fairly pleasant things up through the war, and he was supplying, free food and, like, housing and supplies and stuff for the downtrodden. All of the refugees from the war, the poor, so on and so forth. See, we don't have anything over there. We have something in the kitchen, from what I remember. There's also stuff downstairs. I don't know what that's supposed to be. But so, at the very end of the war, specifically most recently, everything changed. And they started preaching much more like death and destruction, which fed right into everybody's, fear and rage over the Mage Wars. Because, hey, guess what? Mage comes through and, more or less destroys the country, kills a lot of people. You kind of start to hate mages, so it all kind of, it makes sense. And this all started like a couple months ago-ish. And that's more or less where we're at. Let me put the hood on. It's not a very pretty hood, but it's a hood. Oh. That's the other thing it can do. Abilities. Elementalism. You know what? I'm going to wait on that. Maybe. Yeah, I'll wait on that. There's a respec potion. I can get the respec
no
potion.
No city of Northander evokes as much awe as Greyfell and its guardian keep, the seat of the crown. Built into the Hibernian ruins that once crowned King's Mountain, its walls and towers were made to withstand every foe and army, from the great Orcish horde to a swarm of dragons. It was here that the Mage Wars came to an end, after an unknown rebel warned the crown of your father's planned attack. You remember the battle that followed all too well. Though many soldiers were honored for their bravery, no amount of medals will make you forget the widow's cries at the funeral pyres.
Ah, finally, some fresh air. Come on, Tahar. Let's head to the North Tower.
Okay, so now we have the whole town to raid. Everything is for me.
Quite the view, isn't it? Just doesn't get old. Still hard to believe that some 1,000 years ago, somebody actually built this place.
Yes, absolutely.
May the light have mercy on you.
There she goes. No more magic for you.
I still can't believe the Lord Marshal is allowing them to do this in Greykeep. Weren't they an underground movement just some moons ago?
They were. Things changed quickly, it seems.
Who was she?
No idea. She might have been with the rebels the army recently took out near Windwall. They still haven't given up. By all that can be said about your father, he certainly had his followers. They're like weeds. Whenever you think you've gotten them all, you find a new patch eating away the seeds somewhere.
I didn't know the Iron Mask kills right away.
Well, from what I've heard, there are two ways it can go. Either it makes you lose your magic, and then slowly your sanity, or it causes a brain rupture once it's branded onto your face. Seems that this woman suffered the latter.
Now, let's move on.
Sure.
Okay, only the pure. Talk to the Purity Priest. I don't actually know if this gives us EXP, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I really adore the voice acting in this game. Like, they got an A-list. I mean, a number of people have pointed this out in the first episode. They got the voice actor for Geralt of Rivia to be the captain, I believe. And also the narrator, which, I mean, that's a really good voice actor. Anyway, let's talk to the guy.
Yes? Who are you?
Just two soldiers. We saw the branding. Impressive work.
So, what do you want?
Could you tell me more about the purity of light? About your faith?
Oh, you're a seeker.
Maybe.
Interesting. Well, I will do my best to answer your questions.
What's your problem with mages?
We don't have a problem with mages. We have a problem with defilers.
What's the difference?
Well, a mage is someone who has the ability to tap into the power the All-Father Aonir used to create the universe. It's a burden, and we are well aware of how some mages suffer. However, having that ability by itself is not a sin. Using it is. Man should not have that power, regardless of stature or morality.
But that's what defilers do. They have no humility. They recklessly indulge in their magic and use it for their own purposes. Asamo Tahar is the best example. He showed the world how foul and dangerous uncontrolled magic can be.
What about battle mages? There are mages in the Royal Army, too.
Well, technically they are defilers too, but they are a necessary evil, so to speak. Mages are powerful, and in order to keep Northander safe from them, they might be needed. It sounds paradoxical, I know, but it's the truth.
But can't magic also be used for good?
It's not about good or bad, it's about humility. Man was never meant to use magic, and the disregard of this fact is what made the world the violent, corrupted place that it is. So yes, magic can heal as much as it can kill, but that does not change that we are not allowed to meddle with it. We are not gods, soldier, we are men, and until we know our place again, Aonir will not return.
This woman, what did she do?
That one? She was one of Asamo Tahar's rebels. They hid in wind walls, but the Royal Army took out their camp. She summoned a beast that tore apart 13 soldiers before they finally pinned her down. It's good that the mask put an end to her right away.
Do you have some kind of leader? Your movement originated in Greyfell, correct?
Movement. I don't think you quite understand who we are, soldier. But I have faith that you will soon enough. Regarding your first question, yes, we do. Harbinger of Light, or Rondar Lacaine, as his worldly name is known. He is out of the city at the moment, but if you want a chance to hear his sermons yourself, he will return to Greykeep 1 or 2 days from now.
What exactly do you believe in? I've been told the purity of light renounces the Guardians. Is that true?
Renounce? No. The Guardians, as well as the renegade gods, are Aonir's creation, and they are as truthful as he is. They left us.
What do you mean by they left?
Well, they were only temporary to begin with. Aonir created them to tend to our world as long as mankind is corrupted. But now he wants to return to our world. And the Guardians have gone back to their slumber.
Aonir wants to return?
Yes, Aonir will return to this world. 12 moons ago, the Harbinger of Light, our leader, had visions where the All-Father himself spoke to him. He said that after all the suffering we, his creation, had to endure, the time has come to bring peace again. He will reveal himself to us, and will make this world one of freedom, peace, and equality again. No war, no greed, no hunger, no kings, no queens, no beggars. Just children of the light, as we all once were.
And how exactly will he do this? It's not like there's no reason our world is the way it is.
It's a god we are talking about, not a guardian, but a true god. The only god, the creator. You're making the mistake I made before the Harbinger showed me the truth too. You are trying to apply human thinking to something that never was human to begin with.
And why hasn't he returned yet?
Well, that's the reason we're here. Aonir also told the Harbinger something else, that he will only return once mankind has become pure again.
Pure?
Yes. Free of the wrong faith. Free of defilers. That's our mission. And once we've succeeded, the Harbinger will open the gate so that Aonir can step through.
Interesting.
That's one word for it.
Well, thanks for your help. I'll be going.
Certainly. Aonir's light guide your path, soldier.
Okay, so I'm gonna more or less kind of ignore stuff. There's loot on the ground, but we actually don't want anything to do with it for a little while. Let's go back up here. I'd like to loot this stuff, but we're gonna wait. Mainly just because... Oh, shoot. Okay, this will be fine. we're gonna wait for a little bit just because I can't do anything, and honestly, like, looting all this stuff is pointless. I can do that off camera. Because we're gonna stop this episode fairly soon, just because, you know, I'd like to go to bed at some point. But we have kind of an interesting quest chain over here. I mean, it's not actually that fascinating.
No.
It's just some fun.
Fireballs you're dodging, not candy. Again.
Here we are. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be kind of useless here. Well, no, I'm not. Let's go Elementalism, Blizzard, and do we get Frost Shell? Kind of helpful.
1, 2. That's it, lads. Keep at it.
I'll go Frost Shell and Fire, or not Frost Shell, Blizzard and Fireball. Let's just load them up.
Look at that. The fabled Wolf Guard has arrived. Always good to see some friendly faces.
Sergeant Esme?
Always so stern, Bertrand. What do you need? Some early morning practice?
Why not? What do you think, Tahar?
Who are we fighting?
Well, what does it look like? Recruits. Some of them almost know what they're doing, but some others could really use some actual sparring. So, what do you say?
Well, I guess I could do with some practice.
Good. Then get in the ring.
One thing I didn't mention over there.
No. It's fireballs you're dodging,
The
not candy.
quest log
Again.
said, "Do not ask about the Fight Club," which I thought was kind of cute.
Brandon, Ronan, come here.
Yeah,
See these two over there? You'll fight them.
but they're Wolfguard.
Correct. I've seen you two train, and you won't last a second out in the field. Time for you to get some real practice.
But,
Get in the ring.
as you command.
Quite the dragon, isn't she? Let's go easy on them, Tahar.
All right, lads, here we go. Show the corporal what you're made of.
Well, I was trying to cast this. Seems kind of unnecessary now, but yeah, that's a good spell.
Wait! You won, all right? I yield! I said I yield, damn it!
All right, corporal. I think they've had enough. Well done, lads. Now get back to the barracks and have someone see to those wounds, all right?
Poor sods.
The sergeant is right. If they're going to survive out there, they need proper training. In other words, we did them a favor.
One way to see it.
1, 2, 1, 2. That's it, lads. Keep at it. Good work. Those pals aren't without talent, but they're far too spoiled by these walls. Hang on a moment. Here. I've heard talk about a new mission, and something tells me it's the reason the Lord Marshal wants to see you. And I guess you could use these.
A friendly gesture. I almost forgot how that felt.
Don't be so dramatic. So, what do you say? Tired already? My boys could do with more real combat like that.
What do you think, Tahar?
Yeah, why not? I could use some more practice.
Great. Let's make it more of a challenge this time. Get in the ring when you're ready. You there! Yes, you wolf guards! Get your asses over here!
Are you talking to us, Sergeant?
I am. I want you to fight Corporal Tahar and Carpal.
And just when did we become your recruits?
You're not. But my recruits need to see some real combat. And a fight between 5 brethren of the Wolf Guard would be quite the show.
Look, we don't have time for...
We'll fight.
But...
Get in the ring.
On your marks... and fight!
Well, this is relatively effective. Oh. I apparently do not have enough willpower to... or... I don't have enough focus to actually cast that. Well, that's okay. Let's see. Let's focus this guy on the left. I guess I'll drink a healing potion. Why not? Okay, so I need to rethink my build a little bit. Yeah, I do not do much damage. Well, that's fine. I like the idea of being the battlecaster, but I think I'm probably going to want to get some more in int. And maybe just wear mage's robes and just be a mage. I'll drop the Constitution. The armor doesn't give me focus bonuses from what I know, because... Oh, that is painfully slow.
Stop! That's enough! What are you trying to do, for heck's sake? Get yourself killed? This is practice, and Tahar beat you. You might not be my unit, but this is my ring. Get out of there!
This isn't over, Tahar. I swear it.
Okay.
No. It's fireballs you're dodging, not candy! Again!
So we're pretty wounded. I guess let's run around and grab some loot while we wait. There's a couple of things we need to do. There's the Aonir's Justice. I don't think there's anything up in this park. It's an axe. Let's see, I can go shopping. I'm more or less just killing time while we wait for my HP to recover because I got jacked up. I wish I could teleport around the map. You know what, screw it. I'll just drink one of those. Yeah, the problem is my character barely does damage in combat, period. Whatever. Let's try the third round. We'll probably be fine.
Blazes. That guy fought as if he wanted to kill you. Aren't you Wolfguard soldiers supposed to be, I don't know, friends?
We are. I had no idea what got into him.
Maybe, nonsense. Never mind.
What is it?
Just a stupid thought. Forget about it.
Bertrand, tell me.
No idea how much you remember from that night when we freed you, but as I told you, Anselm was there, together with his sister. Your father, he killed her. Judging by the look on Anselm's face, he hates your guts. So maybe...
You think he's blaming me for her death?
I don't know, maybe.
That's stupid.
You're telling me. But anyway, it's just an assumption. I might be completely wrong.
Anyway, here. You should take this as an apology. It was a stupid idea to have you fight each other.
I'd suggest another round, but I suppose you've had enough by now. And the Lord Marshal's waiting for you.
Who do we fight?
Well, to be honest, I don't think there's much point in having you beat more recruits. But seeing you fight has reminded me that lately, I haven't had a lot of practice neither.
You want to fight us?
2 versus 1?
You don't count, Bertrand.
Very funny.
Come on, let's not overthink this. Let's get in the ring.
Alright, this'll be fine. No, it won't be. This'll be a problem.
Good. Then let's dance.
This is what I get for trying to, min-max the heck out of my build. Let's hit her with Deadeye. I don't know what the health threshold for Deadeye is. It's probably not that high. Alright. Fire Spark, seeing as it's cheaper. Serrated Arrow. Get another Fire Spark? Yeah, we'll be fine. She hurts, actually, pretty bad. See, and both of us have garbage focus.
Alright, this is enough.
Oof. The years have really taken their toll on me. This would have gone down differently some years ago.
That's what they all say.
Sod off, Carpal.
Jokes aside, thanks for the practice. That was a damn good fight. Let's just hope seeing their sergeant in the dust like this doesn't make the recruits act all cocky again.
Well, if it does, you'll be there to show them their place.
I guess. Anyway, you should go see the Marshal now. Good luck, you two. Stay safe. No. It's fireballs.
Okay, so we can claim rewards. Specifically, fresh start, and we're gonna get some more focus potions, because apparently we desperately need those. Alright, so for starters, see this dude. I'm gonna fresh start and we'll figure out what to do. Okay, so for starters, we probably want an into 4. Oh.
That's it, lads. Keep at it.
So, into 4 increases our focus regeneration. By how much? Oh, jeez. Yeah, go figure I wasn't getting anything back. Holy crap, that's awful. Okay. Let's get int 4, will 4.
Yes, that's it. Now again.
Con 3.
Remember, eyes locked onto your opponent.
More int. Apply. Okay, so I'm gonna wear the Wolfguard robe this time around. I'm just gonna be Wizard Man. Sure, why not? Is that my bald head sticking through the hood? That is my bald head sticking through the hood. Okay, fine. Let's see. So, Fire Sparker's pretty good. Fireball.
It's fireballs you're dodging, not candy. Again.
Okay, yeah, let's just go Fireball. Oh, and I have one more ability point. Okay, damage 10 out of 10. Spell power. 2 additional focus points. It's not focus regeneration. Oh, wait, no.
That's it, lads. Keep at it.
I guess that doesn't actually make that much of a difference. Now, I could get Elemental Infusion. How much does it cost, though? It doesn't actually say... Oh, wait, yes, it does. 12 FP. It's kind of tempting to work my way down to Pyromancy, so let's do that.
Yes, that's it. Now again. Remember, eyes locked onto your opponent.
And Bertrand gets that. Alright! Okay, so I am less garbage than I was before. Oh, that reminds me. If I go back up to myself, I've got some flaming staff that I can go with. Here we go, that should help out a lot. So now I get 1 focus a second back as opposed to a 1/10 of a focus back every second. That seems like a good idea. So we still have some stuff to do. I still have some things to loot. We've got some statues to look at. A shrine devoted to the Guardian Tiara, goddess of sunlight, warmth, and inspiration. There are more offerings than usual. Yeah, so we've got some stuff to find all over the city. I'm gonna loot everything, and then we'll figure out what to do past that.
So tell me, Tahar, is it just me, or has the general changed?
Now that came out of nowhere.
I mean, back when I joined the Wolf Guard, he was so different, passionate about our cause. But now, I don't know.
Well, the war did take its toll on him, that's for sure. But I think that goes for all of us, doesn't it?
Probably. In war, ideals are a luxury, aren't they?
I guess.
Okay, now, as I was saying, I'll see you guys in the next episode of Spellforce. Spellforce? Spell. Yeah, it is Spellforce 3. Sorry, I just had to second guess it because when I said Spellforce, I suddenly thought of like some kind of goofy Wizard Sentai show, which I really kind of want to see now. Wizards and Power Ranger outfits, but like kind of robish, but it's still like the weird spandex. Oh, that would be really funny. For now though, like I was saying, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.